Okay, end of the 8 o'clock turn. Most of the British now inside Albuera. Some more French assault this turn, just cleared out this area around here. Not much left of the British, and with their, I guess it might be a minor morale penalty, but just persistent assaults by the French, assault after assault, turn after turn, which they just, the British can't do much to withstand that many assaults. Alright, we're going to keep fighting it out, but yeah, not many British left. This is really all that's left of that army. Okay. Alright, more French assaults this turn. This time they've actually entered Albuera, just out in the west here. Some more assaults against, well, this time the King's German Legion, and a very bloody result saw it was a 2 attacker, 3 defender increment loss, which eliminated at one of those King's German Legion battalions. There was a rout result here, and yeah, more French lining up, getting ready. These aren't units, these are just, again, these lost commanders. So we really don't have much left. There's a remnant of the 2nd Division here. They're the only British in Albuera. They have these guys out here, that's stuck, and these guys in square, and then some King's German Legion out here. So basically 4 British battalions left, some skirmishers, these are the Spanish Guards, I think. Yeah, some Spanish Guards out there in square without command. And the French all around the area. This back and forth fire continues between the French and the Portuguese. They've just been bogged down in this fire exchange for such a long time, and I guess the French have caused a few casualties on the Portuguese after that initial Portuguese rush. The French slowly shifted the balance back in their favour. Alright, that's the end of the turn. Okay, so I've just played through these last 2 turns pretty quickly, as there's not a lot happening, just all the fighting around here. The British have 4 battalions left. There's not much else in the rest of the board. Some of the cavalry fire off here too afraid to engage the French cavalry, which vastly outnumbers them at this stage. What is left of the British is very weak, down to just a few increments. It's so hard to pick these old cannons up. Yeah, 1 increment there. Those King's German Legion actually haven't been touched yet. These guys are, I think, down to 4, and under here, it's actually a full strength battalion. But they're facing overwhelming numbers of French in the area. French cavalry swarming around Albuera. And as night falls, effectively I think the British command here and those 4 battalions are going to have to surrender. The French are pouring into Albuera here, more opportunities up there in the west. So calling this battle, I mean, technically the victory conditions state that the Allies have to hold Albuera and maintain the British on no higher than morale level 2. Now they are on morale level 2, but I don't know if they actually hold Albuera. What does hold Albuera mean? Their army has been absolutely shattered, and if there were probably just 1 or 2 more turns, what I've been trying to do here is just assault this very stubborn British battalion. Yeah, I'd argue that the French certainly dominate the battlefield, and with their cavalry swarming all around here, there's not much, I mean, that the British can do in these circumstances. If I shift over to look at the casualty chart, you can just see how much that army of the coalition has lost. Just about all the Spanish, a lot of the British. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 battalions, and the King's German Legion. And a couple of skirmishes around that area. That is pretty much all that is left on the field. The Portuguese, of course, down in the west, but that's all that's left on the field of that entire army. And the French have lost a lot as well, mainly in the last 2 turns actually. They had a few battalions down to 1 increment, which were finished off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 battalions, not counting the grenadiers, which keeps them at morale level 1. Again, most of these units were just routed off the board. These aren't actually battle casualties. Even the same with the British. In those final few turns, they failed a couple of roll to stands, suffered disorder, and then rout results in assaults by the French and just routed from the field. And with the presence of that Spanish cavalry in the rear, you can see them around here. You can see that doesn't give the British or the Allies a chance to rally. In fact, there were a few cavalry charges against some of those routed units, which just saw them off even further. So once again, the French victorious with their assaults. I mean, you could argue, again, the technicalities that this is technically a British victory, but I really don't think that reflects what's happening here and what has happened. I think this comes down to me. My ability to assault with the French is better than my ability to defend with the British. I did try one sort of more active defence with those 2nd Division charges, but it kind of backfired because it kind of stretched my line out a bit too far, and as soon as that French cavalry crossed that Arroyo de Valdeservilla, I had to pull back very quickly, and that saw that rush back to Albuera. This fighting around here has been going on for so long. You may recall there was the Portuguese caught the French off guard initially. They weren't quite well prepared, but they quickly rallied, the French, and the Portuguese tried to maintain momentum by launching a series of assaults against the French, and the French responded by launching a series of counter-assaults, and they demonstrated their superior skill in that regard. But at that point on, I was kind of starved for activations in this area, trying to focus more attention out here in the west for both French and Allied activations. And so it just bogged down into a firefight, and fair to say the French got the upper hand in that because these Portuguese units only have a fire attack of 4 compared to the French, who are typically 6. Yeah, they're reduced to 1. 1 there as well. Some of these French are hurting pretty badly. The Portuguese are pretty strong. 4, yeah. Portuguese doing okay down here, I guess. And yeah, again, this is the remnants of Wells. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Wells Brigade around here. And this is Vare's Grenadiers. Only 2 very weak units remaining up here. 1 increment there and 1 increment there. Yeah. So there you go. This is it limited activations in La Bataille de Albuera, and I think it plays pretty quickly. I mean, I had to draw it out because I missed a few nights of playing, but it's a good setting for the battle. You've got a lot of options in terms of where to strike. You've got this nice open ground here, or you've got this more direct route across these Arroyo or the Rio Albuera. I don't know how to fight as the Spanish. Their fire values are terrible, their melee values are terrible, their morale is terrible. So in any situation, they cannot do much. They are cannon fodder. In fact, that's how I used them out here when the British came into line of fire of this French artillery. I moved the Spanish line in front of the British to effectively soak up the French guns, to stop the French guns getting a line of sight on those more valuable British units. I literally used them as French cannon target practice. I don't know what else I should have done with the Spanish. Maybe be more aggressive. Maybe they're better if they gain the initiative and they're attacking the French. The Portuguese did pretty well. They have just a little bit better morale, around 34, 35. You can see on the board here, some of these Spanish units have absolutely atrocious morale. 54 here, 46, 46. These guys were good, and the Guards were good at 26 and 31. The Portuguese were better. 35, 36, 34, 35. Most of them around 33, 34, 35. And of course, the immensely valuable British 22, 21 morale I'm looking at here. So yeah, I'm curious to see how other people play as the Spanish. I've seen a few photos on Consum World of the Allied line stretching west across the Val de Sevilla. Lots of alternatives. Again, I think it's a really nice, interesting setting for a lot of considerations to be made, a lot of options for the French and for the Allies. So there you go, that's the end of La Bataille de Albuera Espagnol by Clash of Arms Games.